Back everyone to the Super Fun Pack Moviecast. Today, we're talking about Atomic Blonde. But we got housekeeping news. We got a puppy.
Yes, we do. Can they see him in the recording?
Yeah, I believe so. His name is Ghost. Like Game of Thrones.
So cute. Hi, baby. He's falling asleep, guys, so that's why I'm talking gently, because I'm going to let the little puppy sleep in my arms while we do a podcast.
But, alright, so back to business.
That fast, he forgets about you.
So, every week we come to you talking about a new movie. Either a movie that just came out or a movie a few months, years, millennia late, we don't care. Whatever we wanted to watch that we haven't seen, we watch. And we review it.
Yep.
Thus, the Moviecast.
Yep.
Today is Atomic Blonde.
2017 blockbuster summer movie.
Featuring, I forgot her name.
Charlize
Theron.
Charlize Theron. Who's actually from South Africa, because we both got in this argument.
Yep, we thought she was English.
No, I thought she was American.
Yeah, you thought she was American. I thought she was British. And we found out she's South African.
Yeah.
But, what was the plot of the movie, Jennifer?
So, the plot of the movie is set in East Berlin.
Yeah, right after the Berlin Wall.
No, right before the Berlin Wall came down. It was actually like the day of, essentially, like a few days before. So, the story is, I can't say her name, Charisse. Oh, sorry, baby. Dog hit the microphone, not me for months. We're just gonna call her Atomic Blonde because I cannot remember her name. She gets called in to go to Berlin and meet a guy named...
I forget his code name, too.
I forgot his code name.
I might have to IMDb it.
To meet a man who's a spy for the English in Berlin, but he's deep undercover and he has no support system. There is a list that was lost that lists every CIA, MI6 spy and where they're located. Percival. She's going to meet Percival in East Berlin, and they need to get this list back. That contains, as I said, a list of all spies and their agency and where they are currently located. So she's just sent in to go and find this guy named Percival, who's supposed to help her find the guy named Spyglass, who has the list. No, Spyglass is the man who originally had the list, but it got stolen from a different spy who was there by a Russian spy. So it's kind of convoluted, kind of spy movie, right?
Yeah.
Right. So that's the plot of the movie. I guess let's get into it. So last year, this goes back to last episode, even with the Baby Driver. I really wanted to see this movie, and yeah.
No, I didn't really care for it. I thought physically when I saw the trailer, it was female John Wick. And I was sadly disappointed.
I mean, I wanted to see it for that same reason too. I was really excited to watch a female spy movie. And I remember when it came out, I read a review about it that was talking about the fight scenes, and particularly how they enjoyed how the fight scenes were choreographed for a woman, so that it wasn't a woman fighting like a man would fight. They're saying, this was how a highly trained woman would fight. And the movie's very realistic in that she gets punched in the face, she ends up with a split lip. She ends up with bruises. It's very brutal in that regards, and that they keep everything the injuries very, very realistic. So that's what I heard in the reviews, and that's why I was like, okay, I'm interested to see this movie. But going in, just straight off the bat, okay, guys, Charlize Theron, whatever, her fake British accent is so irritating.
Yeah, you couldn't stand it.
It wasn't even that it was like an accent. She talked breathy the entire time. It was like...
Oh, yeah, like this movie, Ghost over here could have heard everything. We couldn't.
Yeah.
Like, it was all like... So, we're such a... You're like, dude, what?
No, but even with the accent, she was like... Spill the tea, will ya? Yeah, tea. So what happened was, yeah...
Yeah, it got real annoying real fast.
And so that's when we got in this argument, because he was like, oh no, that's her real accent. And I was like, no, it's not. And he kept saying, so conclusion, it actually is not her real accent. That's her fake British accent that she puts on. Yeah. And she just chooses to speak in this weird, breathy voice.
This movie was so boring.
Let's keep going on. You're jumping. Let's just keep talking.
Yeah, it's just I'm having a hard time picking. Like, if we're
so
talking,
there's two things, right? It was her accent, but the first thing that was irritating with this movie is because it was based on a comic book, they tried to keep the aesthetics almost of a comic book. Like those movies that, I can't remember what the movies are called, but they're like black and white, but then they only have red color or something.
Oh, Sin City.
Like Sin City, they try to keep like that.
The graphic novel look.
That graphic novel look. So they tried to do the same thing in this movie, but all they really did was put like filters on it.
They put a deep blue filter in everything.
And
there was a weird purple filter at one point. It got way too noisy, I would say.
It muted the color so much. It was weird because as I was watching it, I physically was going, am I missing something?
Like everything was a shade of purple.
But remember I asked you, I was like, it made you feel like you were missing details in everything because of these weird filters. So you're watching it the whole time and you're going, and it's a spy movie, right? So in spy movies, you instinctually go, okay, I need to pay attention to everything. Yeah. Maybe something's going to come up later. So when they had this blue filter, I was trying to pay attention, but because of the way the light was, I kept going, am I missing something? Something feels off about all the scenes. So it was very disconcerting feeling. Like I felt weird watching this movie because I was trying to pay attention, but it felt like I was missing something the entire time.
Watching it, like...
Is the camera recording?
Yeah.
How can you tell? Oh, the little red recording light.
Yeah. Watching this movie was way too boring. Just because, like, it failed the test. It failed the first 10-minute test. With flying colors, it failed it.
Well, the problem was this was supposed to be a spy movie, right?
Yeah. And, going to spy movies, there's Kingsman, there's Mission Impossible, there's James Bond. I'm not a big James Bond fan, but I like Mission Impossible and I like Kingsman because they're so over the top. They're so action heavy and stuff like that. It's like, it doesn't take itself too seriously.
But it wasn't even that. The problem with this was that the plot was so overly convoluted and simple at the same time that it was difficult to follow. So, because they would always do something like, you gotta find James, codename orangutan, and then everyone called him orangutan. Then you're like, then why did you introduce him as James? And why are you all of a sudden switching between calling him orangutan and calling him James? Why does everyone have codenames? You all know what their real fucking name is. Why is this convoluted? And then she was supposed to work with Percival, but Percival, you didn't know who he was. I guess they were trying to make you feel like what she knew, but she knew nothing. And like for a spy, I feel like she should have known more. I don't know, you had no clue what was going on. Like she'd be like, I'm going out to do something, and you're like, what are you going to do? Me as the viewer did not know what she was doing. Like she'd be in a nightclub all of a sudden, you're like, why are you at a nightclub? What does this have to do with the plot? Like the scene from scene you couldn't follow. It wasn't like, I know you don't like the Bourne Identity movies, but even those, when you follow...
Bourne, I actually can tolerate, though. It's just the shaky cam kind of makes me nauseous.
Yeah, but even watching it, you can tell there's clear motivation from scene 1, scene 2, scene 3. Yeah. What's happening, you can follow it clearly. Even though it's a spy movie and there's mysteries and holes and he's trying to fill all of that, you were still able to follow it logically. This one, you were like, wait, what? Who? Is he bad? Is he good?
And, like... They had a lot of throwaway characters in this movie, but like not just even throwaway. Like there was no real reason to introduce these characters in the first place.
Well, it wasn't even like there's no reason to introduce them. They weren't even characters.
Yeah, like the person with the most character is James McAvoy. Percival. Yeah, I liked him. I thought he was the most interesting guy there, and I think he was the most spy guy that ever spied in that movie.
Yeah.
Well, then you get this French girl who plays the mummy from the Mummy remake.
Oh god, what was her name again?
I forget, it was dumb. She had no reason being in this.
There was randomly a lesbian love story in there, but it wasn't even a lesbian love story because both the two characters were non-characters.
Yeah.
And they didn't even explore this relationship. It had no impact on the plot. And then, I can't tell you that was a studio spoiler, but it was just not a good movie. It wasn't well thought out. It didn't seem like it was planned. All it seemed was, let's get a hot female actress, let's dress her really cool, let's give her fight scenes, and let's come and try and figure out a plot that she fits in. Even though I know this is based on a comic book, but still, it was like, it felt like a throwaway movie.
Yeah.
I know.
And Charlize Theron, like, she's done better movies.
None of the actors did a bad job. That's not what this, except for her annoying accent. It's just,
well, like,
these are bad
I feel
characters.
like everyone kind of did do a bad job, except for, like, maybe James McAvoy and,
because he got the most...
and Goodman.
But he got, like, there was nothing... What was she supposed to work with? You know what I mean? Like, all her scenes felt real. Yeah, she was a little breathy, because I think they wanted...
She also felt very wooden.
Yeah, because she was supposed to be wooden.
But then, like, why is the French lady
that was
wooden?
She even talks about, the French lady says something to her about emotion, and that she hides it all, right?
Yeah.
I think the whole point was they're trying to show this woman who's very hidden. She keeps everything contained, and, you know, we're not really sure what's the real part of her and what we're really seeing, if it's real or not. All that is, like, part of the plot, right? They're kind of playing with the spy movie, which I get. But the problem is they did such a bad job of it that you and I weren't actually seeing that. We were just sitting there going, she's wooden. And you're like, oh, she's playing the spy game. Yeah, but we don't know what the game is because you haven't clearly defined it for us. We don't know the motivations. You can't give a twist if you don't know what's happening in the first place.
Yeah.
So
and
that's
like,
what made it like...
And, like, these characters, like, C and his family trying to escape Russia, not Russia, escape Berlin.
Yeah, Spyglass's family, the guy who had the list.
Yeah, like...
Originally, but he lost it.
Yeah, like, it makes no sense. Why kill the character? And why is she upset that she couldn't get him over?
Yeah, because their motivations were clear.
Because, like, I'm just gonna spoil it. Like, they're after a woman named... Oh, not a woman, but they're after a guy named Satchel. Right? Throughout this whole...
No. That's the subplot.
That's the subplot, but they're like...
The main plot is to go after this list. Because
Yeah.
it has all the agents' name on it. Second plot is on this list, there's the name of a spy called Satchel. They want to know who that spy actually is. Because he is a double agent for Russia, but acting as a spy in MI6. That is the secondary plot that Therese's character has. Look up her name. We should know the main character's fucking name.
They're just gonna give the spoiler.
No, they're not. They're gonna give her real name.
Lorraine Broughton?
Okay, Lorraine.
Yeah.
What was her lover's name? Jupiter.
Delphine.
Delphine. There we go. Jupiter.
Jupiter. Jupiter the spy. Who are you? I'm Jupiter.
Why would I come up with a name called Jupiter?
Jupiter.
Oh my
Jupiter,
god.
get on this.
Oh my god.
What the fuck is a Jupiter? Best spy in France. Oh, baguettes and all.
That's the worst.
Gets fucking owned.
I'm so sorry. That was the worst name. Jupiter.
Jupiter. Wow.
Okay. Oh, that was really funny, Ghost. I don't know why they're doing that. Okay, Lorraine. What was I saying?
I don't know. You got lost on Jupiter.
I don't. Okay, so I guess suffice it to say, we didn't like the movie.
No, we didn't. It's really boring. Like, there's one funny part in it, and that's when James McAvoy gets stabbed in the back and pushes the knife deeper into his back.
Yeah, because he bumps into the wall.
And that made me die for a while, but then, like,
but other
everything
than that,
else
but you
is
only were
just,
dying
ugh.
because at that point you were trying to find something to enjoy. Like, this was a movie that was trying to be a cool spy movie, but failed.
And didn't even really... like, the cool moments was, like, the very few action scenes you get. And they weren't, like, spectacular or something to write home about.
No, they were very real. They were very grounded scenes. And it wasn't like, oh, look at all that fight scene. Look at that amazingness. Like, she got the shit beaten out of her.
Yeah, but, like, I feel like John Wick does it better.
Yes, John Wick's a better movie. John Wick 1 is for sure a better movie. John Wick 2 is better too. But,
Can't handle cars.
yeah. But I think if the rest of the movie was if they put as much detail into the fight scenes as they did into the rest of the movie, I think it could have been really cool. But I think the fight scenes were isolated moments of intrigue.
Yeah.
And they just didn't know how to flesh out this main character, Lorraine, so that she was interesting. Like, can we go into spoilers?
Yeah.
Okay, so spoilers, guys. 3, 2, 1. So Lorraine Satchel. So this whole movie, she's supposed to be playing that she's a CIA spy. I mean, a MI6 spy.
For the that's a double agent to the Russians, right?
Yes. But in actuality, she's an American spy who's a double agent for both the Russians and the CIA.
That makes her a triple agent. What a twist!
Yeah, but she's actually really loyal to the Americans and her people. So her fake accent that I hated actually was
a secondary fake accent that no one could have guessed.
So, if I'm going it's not because I'm telling Chris to shut up, it's because the puppy. Yeah, so it was, she's a very complicated character in all these loyalties and how she's supposed to be playing. So they were trying to play her this cool, confident woman, but it just came across as flat, and she was very emotionless, and I don't know. She was just so boring. There was
no stakes in this movie.
at the end there was finally a stake, but at that point you were like, the end. Oh, finally. Like, I don't understand how you can fundamentally fuck up a character so badly. Like, what was her motivation? They're like, she had to protect her identity.
She had no motivation.
Her motivation was to protect her identity so that no one knows she's Satchel. You're like, okay.
But why should we care?
But we didn't care exactly, like, who is she? We don't know who she is. We don't know how long she's been in the field. We knew nothing about her at all.
We know more about her body than we know about her. Because everything... Like, every 5 minutes, she's in this tight dress, or she's naked, or she's, like, getting out of an ice bath or something, or, like, straight up fucking her...
Actually, her outfits made no sense. She was supposed to be a spy, and she was always wearing, like, stiletto heel. In one part, she was like, I'm gonna go investigate this apartment. I'm gonna wear thigh-high heels, a dress, and then a jacket. And you're like, wait, why... You're a spy. Why would you go wear that?
Are you trying to look like a prostitute?
But, like, exactly, and, like, it made... And, like, her cover identity...
Got blown the moment she got
I wasn't even there. Her identity was, like, she was supposed to pick up some guy's body. She was, like, an attaché for a family. They get them, like, your paperwork's bad. I'm like... So she's a spy agent, and the spy agency can't even get fake papers. And literally, Percival was like, you gotta get that fixed because you're gonna lose your visa.
Yeah.
And this was East Berlin. They don't fuck around during that time. Like, she would have...
Got booted right away.
Or was she in West Berlin during that time? Whatever. So, it was like, it made no sense. And then, like, they were constantly crossing from East to West Berlin, remember?
Yeah.
Then acting like, oh, it's so hard to cross from East to West Berlin. But they were doing it every 5 seconds. So I was like, is it or is it not? Like, I'm confused. And if you guys are able to do this, then how come... her papers are like, there were just so many inconsistencies in this movie.
Like, why kill Spyglass? And why do you care if Spyglass is dead?
She cared at that point because she had her suspicions that Percival actually had the list. Remember?
Yeah.
And she needed the list to be destroyed.
But
so she was probably going to kill Spyglass herself. But the problem was she had to save face. If she just let him die, then her own agency, MI6, or even the Americans would have to get down her throat. So she had to keep her cover while also still getting rid of Spyglass and getting the list.
But the problem was...
But we didn't know any of that at the time, so it just felt
not even wrong. That. It's the fact that she cries underwater while Spyglass is dead.
Because she's a person... I think this is what it is. I think it's going back to this whole thing. And I think this was the whole point of the relationship with Delphine. She's actually a very emotional, very loving person in real life. Or the Lorraine's supposed to be. But she's so deep undercover she can't experience her own emotions. So I think for her, it was supposed to be just like this is a human being dying, and she didn't want to have to kill him or for him to die, right?
Yeah.
Like, it literally just came down to that. But they did such a bad job telling the story that you didn't feel that. Instead, you just were like, wait, why is she crying underwater? She's this cool, nonchalant spy. What the fuck's happening? Because they were trying to tell a story, but
they just failed on all marks.
they failed. I'm really disappointed because
Because
how many female spy movies do we have? I mean, we have The Red Sparrow, but I hear that one's really bad too. So
yeah. Like, I don't know of many female spy movies, but I know, like, Charlize Theron did a really good job in Mad Max. She's the main driving force of Mad Max.
never seen it.
But, like, after something like that, and she was even in Fast and Furious, but I don't care for Fast and Furious. In this, it's just, blah, what the hell?
It was just take away the weird blue light filters, put normal clothes on the character. Maybe the movie's a little bit better.
Nah, I wouldn't think so.
I think just making her have normal clothes kind of.
Fix the writing.
Well, I mean, like, quick fixes, right? Change the change the fucking clothes and make her wear normal clothes that people would normally wear. Already, better spy movie, because it makes no sense that she's wearing all this shit. You can't be a spy if you're walking around like a prostitute. Everyone's gonna stare at you. Like, that made no sense.
Yeah.
And then get rid of the blue filter that made it awkward to watch.
Like, this movie wasn't even fun to make fun of. It was just dull all the way around.
That was the problem. It just wasn't fun, and it was dull, because you and I, within the first 10 minutes, we were like, what's happening? Who's the good guy? Who should we care about? And then they established Percival's kind of being a bad person right away, right?
Yeah.
Like, that's the only thing they developed. Like, we should not like him. They show that right away. We go, okay, so we're supposed to like Lorraine's character? But what? What am I supposed to like? And then you start liking Delphine's character, who also makes no fucking sense, guys. Like, you don't know why she's there. She has no motivations. Like, she makes no sense at all.
All these characters are garbage.
Yeah, it was just like, what? Huh? And they still didn't define how so Lorraine lands in the airport in Germany and her cover's blown immediately. How the fuck did Delphine know?
It was really...
Like,
apparently she took photos, but it was just bad. It's all bad. Don't watch this movie. It's terrible. If you like it...
You're waking up the dog.
If you like it, you like it. But it's not
hatred
good.
for this movie is making our dog upset. It was not good. And then let's talk about Delphine, okay? Not only was she a throwaway character, they even killed her in a throwaway way.
Yeah. Why bring her in the movie if that's the point?
Like, he literally choked her to death with a wire. In 10 seconds. Because apparently that's how long it takes to kill someone, guys.
Well, in movies, yeah.
It doesn't.
In movies, childbirth is just 2 cuts. In a movie, amputation is also 2 cuts.
Yeah. So, it was throwaway characters, and then, I don't know, for me, it was crazy that they killed this character in this...
Hey, Ghost.
He almost just, like, rolled off on me. They killed this character who was supposed to be that moment should have been super important for Lorraine's character, but she kind of just brushed it off.
She didn't even feel anything that much.
It was more like a fuck reaction than a, oh my god. It was just so sad because they had a lot to work with, and it was just bad.
Everything was just poo.
I don't know, but I really hated the way they killed Delphine. They even killed her naked. She was wearing underwear and a bra.
Yeah, it was
why? Like, it made no sense.
It felt like the director just wanted to get his rocks off.
I thought that they think that they were being edgy and cool by like, oh, these women they're free, they control their bodies, so they dress however they want. Okay, when I dress however the fuck I want, I wear sweatpants and jeans. Like,
yeah, I don't know.
What? You know, if I was a spy, I wouldn't be wearing 6-inch heels. I'd be wearing nice, comfortable boots.
I would wear a suit. I wear that John Wick suit.
You'd wear something that you can move in. You can't kick in jeans, and you probably can't kick in slacks either. You'd probably wear something that's like...
I could kick in jeans.
You have a hard time doing it, and you always complain.
That's if I'm wearing tight jeans.
Suits are tight fitted.
Not those John Wick suits.
Yeah, they are. He wears a straight suit. It's tight.
Whatever.
Like, you know what I mean? So you're going to wear something that's comfortable, something that you can move in, not 6-inch heels, not a skirt that you can't run it. You're like, it made no fucking sense. And I'm really upset because I thought this would have been cool. And isn't it, I don't get this one either. It's based off a graphic novel, so didn't they have like built-in characterization already?
Probably, unless it was a bad graphic novel. I've never read it.
Never heard of it.
So on that note, tell us what you think of Atomic Blonde. We hate it. And next week we're going to review What We Do in the Shadows.
Yeah, which is a flick from New Zealand.
New Zealand.
And it's older.
Yeah.
But it has the director, one of the co-director, producer, and writer is also the director of Thor Ragnarok, which we loved.
Yeah.
So that's fun.
So catch us back on the Super Fun Pack Moviecast. Always like, comment, and subscribe. Tell us what you thought about Atomic Blonde. And look through all of our videos.
We got a video introducing ghosts. Watch that. It's fun.
Yeah.
I'm petting my cat. Like, he's not a cat, but like a creepy villain.
Bye.
Bye. Wait, what episode number?